So this is a disappointing thing to talk about today. As you can tell from the TV over the shoulder here, we're talking about Kyle Kulinski from Secular Talk. And I don't really enjoy this very much because I'm going to be honest with you. I liked Kyle Kulinski for a very long time, okay? And I just don't know what's happened to this guy, honestly. You got some people saying it was crystal ball. Other people said it was TYT. Some people speculate he's trying to join the club or something. I don't freaking know. I don't know. But this guy and the way he has covered the Ukraine-Russia stuff, there's plenty of other things we could talk about too. But Ukraine and Russia, in particularly, it's abysmal. It's like half truths or taking the truth and kind of warping it in a way. I really don't know how to describe it, but ultimately, he made a video just the other day where he said that Ukraine conceded a major demand to Russia. And he uses this video to say they've basically given Russia a big chunk of what Russia asked for, and the fact that no hostilities seem to be calming down as an indicator this was never what Vladimir Putin was really concerned about. And so, therefore, it's really what I've been saying all along, which is he wants to rebuild the Soviet Union. That's, in a nutshell, what Kyle was trying to say. Now, what is he referring to, particularly when he says that Zelensky and Ukraine has given Putin a major concession? What he's referring to is President Zelensky coming out and saying, we will not join NATO. So Kyle says, well, he's done it. But is that really what Russia asked for? Was one of Russia's demands that Zelensky just come out and declare verbally that we will not join NATO? Is that what they asked for? No. That's not what was asked for. What you're going to see on the screen, I'll put the picture up again here for you. What you're going to see on the screen is the real demand. And the real demand was that there be a constitutional amendment passed in Ukraine that they won't do it. Talk is cheap. You ever heard that before? Talk is cheap. Back it up. Put something in legal writing through your legislation that says you're not going to do this. Because whose word are we supposed to take for this that you're not going to do it? Are we supposed to trust the Ukrainian government's word? The people who agreed to the Minsk agreement and then didn't honor one damn bit of it? We're supposed to believe those people? We're supposed to believe those people that just lied and continued the bombing and attacking of people in the Donbass region, which, by the way, is something Kyle just wants to completely omit. He wanted to say that when Vladimir Putin talked about blood and soil, he's referring to some sort of a superior mindset that Russia truly owns Ukraine. Do I know for a fact that isn't what Putin was talking about? No, but my suspicion about what Putin was talking about with blood and soil is not what Kyle's claiming. My suspicion is that he's referring to the ethnic Russians on the eastern part of Ukraine in the Donbass region that have been asking for their independence from the rest of Ukraine for about 7 or 8 years now, ever since we backed a coup and threw a guy out that was getting along with Putin, and all these neo-Nazis started coming to power, and those people wanted to leave, and as a result, they have been attacked and many have been killed. Some have almost been slaughtered. If you look at some of the things that have taken place over there. Okay? I mean, there's been atrocities going on for quite some time. And if you really want to see just what kind of turmoil that place is in and how divided they are, why don't you take a look at this clip right here. This was from some time ago, and this was two people of the Ukrainian governing body. I don't know if they call it parliament or what. I can't remember off the top of my head. But this is what they're doing right in the middle of a session. They start fist fighting. You don't believe me? Take a look.
Бойко з Льовочкиним їздять по московських обкомах, інструкції отримують у Кремлі. Інші їздять по брюссельських обкомах. Коли в село до людей поїдете? Коли до шахтарів на шахту? До металургів коли поїдете? А не їздите ЦУ отримуєте по закордонах. ЦУ треба отримувати від своїх, від українців. У мене, до речі, питання до СБУ. Чому вони їздять по Москвах і досі не в тюрмі?
And after months of bloodshed, the Ukrainian government could be moving closer to a compromise with the pro-Russia rebels. Parliament today approved limited self-rule for the eastern regions. The central government would also grant amnesty for most of the separatist fighters there. And there was another big development from Kiev, the signing of a landmark treaty that strengthens economic ties with the European Union. This was the deal the old government abandoned last year, triggering protests and eventually its demise. And one Ukrainian MP found himself in a rather uncomfortable position after the parliament session in the trash. Well, this member of parliament is a holdover from the old government. You can see they don't seem to want to let him out of the bin. A lot of people were already mad over legislation he wrote limiting protests, and apparently they were angry this time over the amnesty for rebels.
So, Kyle is trying to, for whatever reason, convince his audience, like, while he says he's against World War III, while he's making videos that he's against the no-fly zones, and hey, I'm not criticizing for that. We're in complete agreement on that. While he makes videos saying that on one hand, he's making another video pretending that Putin is not honoring his word. Now, am I trying to take up for Putin? Am I trying to justify what Putin has done? Am I trying to say he's a great guy? No, none of the above. You just got to call the facts like I see them, though. Okay? And the fact of the matter is, I wouldn't say that what Kyle is claiming is meeting Putin's demand. It's not meeting his demand. Because again, who are we supposed to believe? The people that didn't honor the Minsk agreement? Maybe Putin is supposed to believe our country. Well, let's see. How much credibility do our politicians have in giving their word right now? Let's see. They told Gaddafi he better give up his nukes, his WMDs. Okay, you better give them up, or we're going to take you out. He gave them up, and we back taking him out any damn way. What? Like, look at the people that we made these deals with and then just completely backed out and screwed them over. How about the Iran deal? Anybody remember that one? We didn't honor that one too good, did we? Venezuela. Can you trust us? We sat there all that damn time. Juan Guaido is the real president of Venezuela. Now we need the motherfucker's oil after years of refusing to work with Venezuela or Nicolas Maduro. Now we need the oil because we're not going to buy Russian oil anymore. And all of a sudden, President Maduro, it's been too long. We haven't, our countries need better relations. We really need to work things out in the interest of diplomacy. While we're working out that diplomacy, can we work out a deal to buy some oil from you? We would surely be appreciative of it. Maybe you can let those Citgo executives out of jail. You know, the ones that were down there for some nefarious shit anyway. How about we work something out? We can be friends. We can be friends. Surely you are all for the root of peace. But again, last year, he wasn't the real president. Juan Guaido was. And Trump supported that claim as well as Joe Biden. But now that we need him, we want to work with him. So, again, the only thing that's been done is a claim has been made and someone's word has been given. Matter of fact, Kyle Kulinski even covered himself. He even covered himself that Putin's demand was a constitutional amendment. He made a video about it.
So constitutional amendment ruling out membership of any blocs like NATO, potentially the EU, basically saying like you cannot fully align with the West. That's the idea.
Kyle himself read the demand. Kyle himself said that was what the demand was from Putin. And now weeks later, he wants to pretend that Zelensky just claiming we're not going to join NATO is meeting the demand. Clearly wasn't what was laid out. It's not what was reported. And if it were me, I wouldn't be taking somebody's word for it either if it was a concern of mine. I wouldn't. Again, whose words he's supposed to believe? Ukraine, they lied in the Minsk agreement. We lie with deals we make all the time. Who else is he supposed to believe? NATO? Oh, well, they weren't supposed to move past Germany. They were not supposed to keep encroaching on Russian territory. They've been lying about that for some time now. They've been encroaching all the time. That was the whole thing about Ukraine possibly joining NATO. So who's he supposed to believe? I don't care if you like the guy or not. This ain't a pissing contest. I'm not here to convince you to like Vladimir Putin. I'm here to call out gaslighting people. And unfortunately, a guy who I enjoyed watching his videos for a very long time is doing that very thing right now. And considering I want to be part of indie media and tell the truth no one else will, unfortunately, sometimes you got to call out the people who just aren't doing that. Whether it be someone you watched for years like Kyle Kulinski, or whether it be people that unfortunately you used to associate with a lot. When they start doing shit that is just dishonest, if you want to truly stand for something, you have to be a man sometimes and make those tough decisions to call people out on it. You have to do it. And somebody needs to be doing it with what he's doing right now because it just ain't helpful. You know, if you want to hear people that are telling the truth about what's going on right now, go check out people like Fiorella and Pasta at the Convo Couch. Go check out people like Frank Analysis. Go check out people like the Naturalist Capitalist, Reed Coverdale. Go watch Slow News Day. Even Nico House. MCSC Network. They all do great reporting on what's going on with this Ukraine-Russia situation right now. They've all done great reporting on it. And that is how I feel, honestly, at the end of the day. I think they've all made great points that you don't hear brought up in other circles and in other places. You don't. Now, do I necessarily agree with everything I've heard them all say? Not necessarily. There might be some nuances where I might, I don't know about that. But overall, they've done great reporting. Jimmy Dore is probably the biggest, which shout out to Jimmy. He just recently hit 1 million subscribers the other night. I was listening in during the live stream, even sending a few super chats of my own to bring up some stuff he was talking about. But congratulations to him. I'm glad he hit 1 million before he did, because at least Jimmy is still calling it like he sees it. Okay? And this guy over here, I don't know what he's doing. But no, I wouldn't say the demand has been met. I don't know who would think, considering the amount of lies that everyone involved from NATO to Ukraine and our own country seem to want to tell the rest of the world when we make deals, why the guy that's fighting them would just take their word for something. Because I think NATO, Ukraine, and our own leaders have shown their word is not as good as gold. It's less valuable than bullshit. A lot of people would say it was bullshit. I say it's less valuable than bullshit. They lie. They lie to us. They lie to each other. They lie to other countries. For God's sakes, how many people were we lying to about spying on the whole world with the NSA? Spying on our own people with the NSA. We lie a lot. So giving their word on it, it's just bullshit. So again, sad segment to run. Don't really enjoy it because at one point I did like Kyle Kulinski. I didn't agree with the guy on everything, but I thought he was one of the people you could count on to give you that truthful alternative. I don't have that opinion of the guy anymore. I just don't. And he probably don't give a shit, but that's fine. You know, if he wants to continue to gaslight people and then he can go to bed and sleep well at night, well, more power to you, buddy. But you've become what you always bitched about. So congratulations. What do you guys think? How do you feel about Kyle claiming that the demands were met and then continuing to push the notion that this is really what Putin is up to when there's plenty of evidence still to the contrary? And instead of him using his platform to come out and promote all the facts, he promotes a tepid version of mainstream media propaganda to some extent. The only thing he's just not outright doing is calling for some of the things that would result in World War III. Period. That much you got to give him credit he's not doing, at least not yet. And I hope he doesn't. But let me know what you guys think. How do you feel about the situation? Drop the comments in the comment box down below. If you like this video, make sure you give it the thumbs up to help us out over here on YouTube with the algorithm. And if you just found the channel, you like the video, subscribe and help us out. And make sure you ring the bell so they tell you when we upload more videos over here, or you'll never know. But I want to thank you for tuning in. Hope you're all doing well. We'll see you next time right here on the Lone Wolf Podcast. Take care, everyone.